Physical education during the age of feudalism. As a result of the centralization of the government during the Dark Ages, the period of feudalism came into being between the 9th and 14th centuries. The feudalistic period appeared because people needed protection, and since strong monarch and government that could supply this protection were rare, the people turned to noblemen and others who built castles, had large land holdings, and made themselves strong. Feudalism was a system of land tenure based on the allegiance and service to the nobleman or lord. This is the feudal system. The lord who owned the land called the vassal. In return for the use of this land, the vassal owned allegiance and certain obligation to this lord. The largest part of the population, however, was made up of serfs who worked the land but shared little in the profits. Two careers open were two sons of the nobleman during feudalistic times. They might enter training for the church and become member of the clergy, or they might become knights. If they decided in favor of the church, they pursued an education that was religious and academic in nature. If they decided in favor of chivalry, they pursued an education that was physical, social, and military in nature. To the average boy, chivalry had much more appeal than the church. Yet the training that a boy experienced in becoming a knight was long and through. Physical training played a major role during this period. Becoming a knight. At the age of 7, a boy was usually sent to his castle, a nobleman, for training and preparation for knighthood first. He was known as a page, and his instructor and teacher was usually on the woman on the lord castle. During his tenure as a page, a boy learned court etiquette, waited on a table, ran errands, and helped with household tasks. During the rest of the time, he participated in the various forms of physical activity that would serve him well as knight and strengthen him to the arduous years ahead. He practiced for the events such as boxing, running, fencing, jumping, and swimming. At the age of 14, the boy became a squire and was assigned to a knight. To study included keeping the knight's weapon in a good condition, caring for his horses, helping him with his armor, attending to his injuries, and guarding his prisoners. During the time the boy was a squire, more and more emphasis was placed in physical training. He was continually required to engage in vigorous sports and exercise such as hunting, scaling walls, shooting with a bow and arrow, running, climbing, swordsmanship, and horsemanship. If the squire proved his fitness he became a knight at 21 years of age. The ceremony was solemn and memorable. The prospective knight took a bath and purification, dressed in white, and spent an entire night in meditation and prayer. In the morning, the Lord placed his sword on the knight's shoulder, a ceremony known as the accolade. This mark of the conferring of the knighthood. Jousts and tournaments were two special events in which all knights engaged several times during their lives, and that were tests of their fitness. Their special events served both as amusement and training for the battle. In the jousts, two knights attempted to unseat one another from their horses with blows from lances and by skill in horsemanship. During these tournaments, death often resulted for participants. In this exhibition, a knight had the opportunity to display his personal bravery, skills, prowess, strength, and courage.